A few days ago, Ninjishin and Keep It Classy, aka Keep It Trashy, decided to go on to Review Tech USA streams and detail their experiences with me as an AV YouTuber. Now, you probably already know where this is going, but they pretty much ran with the same taglines that Ninjishin has been running with for a couple years now. My settings are scam. Everything just looks red and sunburnt, and all the settings look like garbage. So today, we're going to let the members who actually pay for these settings tell you exactly what they think about these settings. So buckle up, Buttercup, because while these smaller AV YouTubers that literally don't have any idea what they're doing outside of reference accuracy want to chime off about settings that they don't use every day, I will show you what everyday people actually say. So after that video launched, I basically asked a question. I said, do you feel scammed by my settings? Controversy is being created by our favorite AV troll, and the narrative is that I'm scamming you, so I must ask, do you feel scammed by my settings? And of course gave them an other news. So let's talk about what their responses were. It's impossible to feel scammed when you've been dedicated or when you've dedicated so much of your time to helping us out. We appreciate all that you do. In my humble opinion, your settings turned a good TV into a great TV. I'm extremely happy with your settings. I've used it on 2 different TVs. Thank you for what you do, Q. We go down and I've never felt scammed by your settings. You've always kept it real and honest. That's what I appreciate about you. Haters gonna hate. We got another comment. Absolutely not. I feel scammed by the manufacturers claiming to have preset settings that are optimized for different uses. That's more of a scam than stupid cheap calibration settings. We've got another one. Dude, your settings completely changed my A8H. My wife even noticed how much more vibrant the colors were. Feels like I bought a brand new set. Thanks again. Always. Also, can I use your A8G settings for my A8H? I will try to respond to that later. You might be able to, but in most cases, probably not, because they did change the processor between those two. So yeah, that's something that we're going to have to deal with at a later time. But yeah, I mean, you can go through and read all of these. I'll just go slow. But essentially, the message is simply put, not scammed at all. I don't feel scammed in the slightest. There's nothing scamming about your work. In fact, people are blown away. I mean, people are so blown away, they're just kind of like sitting here saying things like this. I got the U8G a few weeks ago. I got the U8G a few weeks back. I wasn't satisfied with the settings from Reddit and YouTubers. So anybody who's pretty much gave settings out so far has been unfulfilling for this person. And a friend suggested your channel/settings. I wasn't sure at first. I joined your membership, applied the settings, and to put it simply, this is the most accurate settings, mind-blowing results I have ever seen on any TV. And having that level of professional calibration for $5, this is insanely cool. Now, a quick clarification. What I do is not a professional calibration for any user. However, I actually professionally calibrate my set and give out the values that I use on my set. And I tell everyone, if we have a similar panel variance, you may see what I see on my end. If not, just hit reset and you might have to hire somebody to do your white balance. But most people generally see what I see at the end of my results because I keep it with a 2-point grayscale calibration. I do not touch the 10-point so I don't mess up their TV. And I optimize for the TV. But let's see what they have to say. Enough of me talking, because this isn't about me, right? Heck no. You brought my 65 X900F back to life with your settings. Got the TCL 5 series over some overpriced Sony for my garage, and a couple of friends that recommend the TV as well. Thank you. Do I feel scammed? Absolutely not. $5 for professional settings, that's a steal. I mean, like, it's just, everybody loves what they're seeing for the most part, right? Bought a TCL S546 for $300, or $350 in Best Buy, and your settings have made it come to life. Well worth the money. Let's see more. We've got HDTV test in art. I was an HDTV test and Arting's follower for quite some time. Then I came across your channel randomly in my feed yesterday, and after watching for about an hour or so of your content, I'm completely blown away. You have made me question so much that I thought I knew. After trying one of your settings, my LG C1, you got a customer for life. I mean, this is the kind of stuff I do. I am literally the textbook definition of a maverick. I use unorthodox methods to get results that people who spend years training technically to do one aspect of something they can't do, and they absolutely hate it. They hate that you can't learn what I'm doing in a textbook. This is something you gain through experience in multiple fields. I do photography on a professional level. I've done calibration on a professional level, and I mix the two worlds together, and I create new theories that don't exist right now. And that's what pisses these people off. They don't have my level of skill, talent, and understanding of how literally from lens to living room you create an image. I gained that. If you want that, work for it. But again, you see, look, this is what people are doing. They like to lie, and they like to say I do stuff that I don't do. People say I've never felt scammed by your settings. I mean, I've got so many I haven't even had the chance to see yet because I've just been so busy, kind of been going to a concert to relax and, just take some time with the family. But I tell you what, it's great because, you see all these people that say this. BT 2020 alone was worth it. So for all those people like My Gadget World that want to start drama now, why don't you listen to what people like this are saying? I don't know how anybody who's tried your settings and saw the differences for themselves could possibly feel scammed. Hell, the BT 2020 setting alone was worth the price of admission and was something I'm pretty sure I have never found on my own or would never have found on my own. Another person, absolutely not. Your settings have always made my TV look great. I've always appreciated your honesty in calling it as it is. That's why I'm subscribed. Later became a member to you. Thanks for what you do. I mean, it goes on for miles like this, by the way. We don't have to skip over anyone because I'm telling you right now, you go through every single person. The biggest problem I had with your settings are that they're so good. I'm going over friends' houses to watch sports, so now it's partially ruined by their poor picture. No scamming from Quantum. Man delivers with the good settings all the time. Let's see, more people. Quantum, don't even bother with those who say anything negative. You're doing a great job. Keep it up. I'm pretty sure we all love your settings. And if someone doesn't like them, they can easily just unsubscribe. It's as simple as that. Not like you're putting a gun to people's head and keeping them subscribed, right? Essentially. And that's kind of the thing here, right? The concept of me scamming people is ridiculous because it's a monthly membership, and when people aren't happy, they can just leave. And I would imagine if I was really scamming somebody, they would leave and they would write all kinds of reviews. They would make videos saying how horrible what I'm doing really is, and it's not worth it. And you're not getting that. Instead, you're getting the result. F those people. Just keep doing what you're doing, which is which you do best, which is honest reviews and creating amazing content, or amazing settings, rather. For people in your community, we support you, bro. $5, shit, hashtag deal. Thank you. I appreciate all of this. This is so cool to see, like, just what people have to say over a couple of days, Thank you, Quantum. No need. I don't need the shirt off your back. You've given too much already. Like, this is amazing, You got, not at all. Let me see. I made my C1 purchase based off of your settings and reviews, tuned to my Xbox Series X 60 FPS with your settings, life-changing. So no, once again, not feeling scammed. I mean, and these are members of different levels, by the way. The ones with the crowns, the ones with more prongs on the crowns or different color crowns, they've been there for at least 6 months to a year. The ones with just the gold crown, like here with a 3-tier little points, they've been there for I want to say like, I don't know, like 3 months or something like that. I don't remember. The ones with the check marks have been there about a month. I mean, these are people of all different kinds of levels of membership. And again, it's kind of like this. Let's see what Hamid has to say. He says, honestly, the game optimizer settings are just from another world. There's no way hard work and effort was not put into put into that. Those settings are indeed mind-blowing. That being said, I believe you are not scamming people, instead helping people who want to enjoy the C1 in my case and have no idea how to get the best picture. Once again, the game optimizer SDR settings are unreal, out of this world. You can't fake that. I mean, really though. Let's see more. Nope. I used your settings for the TCL 5 Series Google, and I'm still blown away by the picture. Plus, it helped me get a nice TV and stay in my budget. And that was huge for me. I really love the work I did for the TCL S546. I think honestly it's one of my better works because budget TVs always get like crapped on. Nobody cares about, people trying to stay within a certain price range and not break the bank. So I really love that people are enjoying that work, because I did too. I saw amazing things that even competed well against things like the C1. So yeah, I'm so glad when I see stuff like this. You kidding me? Because of you, I'm constantly changing settings every week on my C1. They all are fire. Like, you blow me away with your settings. It's just, haters gonna hate. Don't sweat these fools, bro. I appreciate your work. I mean, look at it. Too authentic to be a scammer. Keep up the great work, Q. No, you always give out this kind of, like, look, it just goes on. It goes on and on and on. I don't feel scammed at all. I mean, like, plus it's only $5, way worth it. You know what I mean? You've got all of these people from all of these different walks of life telling you one thing over and over and over again. And the message is very clearly, and you guys can pause the video. I'm going to go faster now. Okay. You guys can pause the video. And I mean, listen, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, we know what's going on here. There's a desperate attempt to make me look like some sort of amateur by amateurs, which is hilarious. You guys just got certified, just came down and passed your little ISF training, and now you think you're a pro. That's really adorable. But the reality is I'm an actual pro. I've been doing this way before you even thought about trying it. And the fact that people now want to jump up and discredit me because I am the Maverick and I am somebody that has a following, that knows what he's doing, that has a proven track record with hundreds of people. Like, you can be angry about that, but like, you want what I have, you better work for it, because at the end of the day, you're not going to be getting this kind of support off of the kind of defamatory crap that you post. And I mean, look at what Mark is saying here. Not scammed at all. Actually, it's the opposite. You're giving us essentially a $500 service for $5 a month. On top of that, you're never satisfied. You constantly tweak the settings to get them even better. And that is true. I take every single thing that every single one of my members give as feedback, and I go back to the drawing board constantly to make new settings over and over again based off of their specific needs. Because while I can't calibrate in person, if I hear that something's a little yellow on their end with the white balance, I address the white balance. If I hear that for a certain TV show, they're seeing maybe a little too much orange and some scenes, but for everything else it's normal, so it's a specific show, I try to make settings just for those shows. Like, this is the kind of service that I offer to my people. And the fact that people want to get up in arms, right? Because Quantum has different settings across different presets that do different things, and so they in their mind want to pretend that means that I don't know what I'm doing, as if manufacturers don't create presets because they know that not all contents are going to be the same, is a joke. And it's great. You have all of these people telling you in plain English, there is no scam happening here. There's nothing in the like. We chose to do this. We're enjoying it. It's like this guy, he says, I still comment every day out loud how amazing my picture is. It's the opposite of a scam. It's absolutely a steal. I mean, these are what the viewers are saying, right? Carl Goldman, he's one of our longtime members. Anytime you see this crown like this is somebody that's been with the channel for a while, right? He says not scammed at all. They're all jealous, really. And essentially, I agree with that at this point, because it's just like, since day one, Magician has been rolling with this whiny, bratty approach of saying, like, I'm scammed, or I'm scamming people, and look at what happened for $5. I don't like his results. It's hilarious, right? Look at Don B. He's been here amongst the highest of the highest ranked. When you get the #1, you join the #1 brand in honesty. That's what that means. He's been here for over a year. He's been here for over 24 months. That's this badge. And, you know, I've got people that have just been here and been here. And it's great because it's like you see not at all. Nope, absolutely not. And you keep seeing people tell you time and time again that there is nothing wrong with the settings at Quantum TV. And if there were, they damn sure wouldn't be here, right? So let's move on to the next part. We go back and we ask even more questions with a VIP inquiry. I can't see what you're seeing after my settings. So I've got to ask, do my settings look like this? I keep getting quotation mark exposed by Ninchishin everywhere everywhere he's given a chance to speak, and now Keep It Classy joined him in this narrative. So I wanted to ask an unbiased party. I mean, after all, guys, let's take a moment to pause and think about this. Who could be more unbiased than the people who pay $5 every month out of their hard-earned money to support the channel, get the service? I mean, they have no reason to lie about any of this, right? I can't make anybody lie about my settings because they're paying for it. They're going to tell you when I ask a question like this. Well, some people have sound off down below, and let's see what they say, right? Do my settings look like this? Because this is the claim here that everybody is making, right? He went as so far as to even like try to call out Anonymous for saying that my settings don't look like this, right? Okay, let's see what people actually say. I usually find your settings very true to film quality, whereas I adjust slightly cooler, brighter tones in some cases. Yes, and so one of the things that you will find as a reoccurring theme with my settings and a lot of my members is they actually tend to prefer a little bit more of a cooler color temperature, as I tend to favor a little bit more of a warmer color temperature. So I constantly have to go back to the drawing board and make things a little bit cooler because I usually warm things up a bit more to kind of get that, again, that cinematic like film-like look. So let's move on. I've got three 65-inch U8Gs. And settings are on the money on all of them. Even the AV and tech enthusiast friends can't believe how good the picture looks on all of them for a quotation mark budget TV. Keep up the good work. I mean, really, like it blows my mind, really, that you can have some people that have this level of jealousy. Because I have members and I have good supporting members that love what we do, that watch everything, they see everything, and they're sounding off. I mean, look at Kimar here. He's one of our longtime members. Appreciate you, brother. He says, for me, your settings work perfectly for anime, especially Demon Slayer. The A90J got scary 3D after those. I mean, like, this is the kind of shit that I do. Devontae Swing, another really long-time supporter here. He says, your C10 SDR settings are still what I use today. All I did was slightly increase the sharpness by 2 clicks. That's it. It's amazing. Thank you. I mean, like, really, like, this is what my stuff does for you. This is a little long, but Alex Perez, he's one of our longtime members. It goes on and off, so his badge isn't there, but he's been here. He says, what? Nah, your settings are amazing. I find myself rewatching a bunch of shows and movies. If not for your settings, wouldn't really care to watch a second or third time. But because of your incredible settings, I'm actually excited to watch previously consumed media. I've paid $500 for people from Best Buy to calibrate a TV for me in the past, but the results were dark/muted and washed out colors and stuff like that. I come to your channel because I became a channel member. I come to your channel, became a member, and for a fraction of the price, basically, my picture is 100 times better in comparison. Thank you for all you do, Quantum, in hard work. I mean, and again, it'll go on like this pretty much for days because, again, people are saying, I love your settings for the C1. My jaw drops every time. Mine does too, by the way. Honestly, you're the king. You're the king of calibrators, period. I mean, really, I don't give myself these titles, right? A lot of people kind of got mad that when the time came to pick a channel moniker, I said #1 brand in honesty. I love that people think that that's a self-proclaimed title. That's a title given to me by my members. People like Carl Goldman and Daniel G. Perez, people who have been saying this for years about me. This is why I changed it to that, because people see what I'm doing. And I don't even have the time most of the time to be able to address half of these comments, right? And it's such a shame. So I wanted to take the time out to really show you guys. They want to spend however long they can trying to defame and bash me and call me all kinds of this and that. You can pause the video and see exactly what people are trying to say and trying to prove with their idiocies. Here's the thing about these guys. They're running scared at this point. We have technology coming out that's making adjusting your TV to be more accurate easier. You can do it on your phone now. They want to prove, and I guarantee you this is going to be their next move, they want to prove how inaccurate and how a professional calibrator is still viable. But they don't understand the current trend of the market. People want to save money. People want to enjoy things. And at the end of the day, they don't really care about anything else but picture quality and saving money. If they get a little closer to reference accuracy, great. Not everybody wants that calibrated look, right? And they don't get that. They genuinely don't. And that's why they kind of have smaller followings and they are kind of talking to a deaf-eared audience because nobody cares about what they do as accuracy purists. But let's go on and read what Sean has to say. It's a bit lengthy, so I figured let's give him some, time to read this because this is something that he feels passionate about. LOL, okay, Q, this is where it gotta stop. I have done a lot of research and it's sad how everyone wants to downplay you. Okay, so you guys know how Q makes some of his settings using BT 2020 to make the picture pop more, but when you do this, you also have to adjust the color tab to less color because you're using a wider color range. In return, you have to make adjustments that Q clearly tells us is it's needed, or else your picture will look oversaturated, especially the reds when you were in BT 2020. So you dial back everything a few notches, or else your picture will look like the one posted above. But what makes me mad is all these so-called AV YouTubers want to talk mess about you, Q, and how he uses BT 2020 for everything, and they try to make the narrative that your picture will look worse like the one above with Q settings, which is only half true because your picture will look like that if all you do is change BT 2020 and ignore everything else he tells us to do. But these so-called AV YouTubers will do all. But these so-called AV YouTubers will do all that they can to make Q look bad. When they know it's not fair, when they know it's not a fair comparison, if you haven't adjusted color and you're still rocking native on BT 2020, but back to my problem. Yeah, I see exactly what he's saying. But back to my problem. If these YouTubers are so-called AV people, then they should already know that BT 2020 oversaturates the color, which you have to tune down. But instead, they act like his settings are trash and he's wrong. They're right. Let me just say this because it's getting quite long. But quote me on this. I think he meant this. Quote me on this if you guys have any doubts about Q. He's currently the single and only person who has BT 2020 settings. So go ahead and try these settings that everyone else tells you. Use auto/rec 709, not BT 2020, and get your opinion. The fact is, Q is the only one doing this. Is completely mind-blowing to me. But go ahead and see for yourself. Q puts settings versus Vincent and comes back here. I guess he's telling you guys to try settings like Vincent versus my settings and come back here and let me know which one you guys prefer. For me, everything looks washed out and green with a green tint. And without you, Q, thank you for everything you do. Thank you for everything. We rock with you. They just jealous. I don't know. They just jealous. It don't get it done like you. Okay, so they're just basically jealous they don't do what I do. I mean, essentially, yeah, that's kind of what I get when I watch those videos. They give half-truths as truths. Yes, BT 2020 does oversaturate. You are stretching the color space. That's the fucking point. Yes, 100%. We want vibrancy. But of course, like you said, you got to dial that back down, which I do say in all of my settings videos, and they know that. But it's a total cap. They don't even want you to know that information. But anyone, again, who has watched me and who puts the time in, becomes a member, sees the results, listens to the settings, can easily get the results. But the thing is, they don't care. They want to be unfair about this because this is about defamatory. This is about defending what they hold dear. And you know what they hold dear? This concept that they are the only ones that deserve a platform in the AV community. They're the ones, the people who literally get to jump up and down and preach accuracy over anything else all day, every day, applying 30-year-old standards that, again, do not work on today's displays. We have the introduction of quantum dots that's not being considered in SDR. Why? Because they're old standards. And we have TVs that go up to 1,000 nits. That's not being considered in SDR calibrations. Why? Because they're old standards. I keep saying this, and you're going to have people like Matt Smith, who now changed his channel name back to Ninjician. You have people like Keep It Classy, aka Keep It Trashy, Mike from My Gadget World. You're going to have people all over the place that are literally just going to talk shit and do what they can to try to make me look bad. But the narrative has been very clear from literally pretty much every member I've ever seen that my settings are incredible and they're happy with the results. So you want to sit up there and act like you're an actual AV YouTuber. Can you explain to me why I have so many people saying the exact opposite of what you're saying to a passionate degree? Not even just like one-liners. These are like paragraphs, dude. People are passionate about the fact that my settings are doing so much for them and their families, and they're going back and they're rewatching stuff and their minds are being blown left and right. As you sit up here talking about Quantum TV is a scam, Quantum TV isn't a professional, it just makes everything red and cartoony. Let's see if we've got any new comments first. I don't have any new comments first. I mean, really, it gets to a point where it's just like, how do you justify these kinds of claims outside of anything other than a witch hunt? It's a witch hunt to cancel somebody. It's a witch hunt to hate on somebody. And I'll tell you this right now. You guys can keep being jealous. I'm going to keep rocking with my community, rocking with my members. And I'll tell you this. Keep your eyes open for what we do next, because boy, oh boy, if you're mad now, you're going to be pissed when you just see how far we continue to grow and what we take it to. So I want to thank you guys over at the VIP membership tab, showing up again, answering the questions and things like that. I really do appreciate you guys. And for everybody watching the channel, you guys already kind of know what it is, and maybe show this to some of the new viewers who maybe don't know the reality behind a Quantum TV community setting. And it's, I don't know, I'm almost at a loss for words that like over a year later and the same user is still seeking clout with the same tired, played out methods. My message to you, Matt Smith, aka Ninjician, or whatever else you want to call yourself, jump rope lift, whatever you want to call yourself, right? Here's the deal, bud. If you want to be where I'm at and you want all this level of love and support, learn past your Kalman software. Actually become a rock star master calibrator. Is there something in the ISF called a master calibrator? No. That's something you get by learning multiple crafts and multiple trades from lens to living room, and you can actually speak to understanding how the entire process works, from post-production all the way to calibration. And again, I involve myself in many creative processes. I talk to filmmakers, indie filmmakers. I sit there on their sets. I learn their equipment. I really put in a lot of time, energy, and work to really learn how the entire industry works. You're only focusing on one part of it, and you're following calibration software after you've gone to what, a couple of classes, and you think that you're something. Sit back down, little guy, because you're nothing. And the people are kind of telling you you're nothing. So you stay with your green, pukey little Tintin 709 because you can get the color boxes lined up perfectly to what the outdated 30-year-old standards tell you to do. And I'll be over here showing people what the new future, the next wave of picture quality looks like. Thanks for watching the #1 brand in honesty, everybody. And thanks for calling out this troll and exposing him as nothing more than a jealous, clout-chasing little bitch. Till the next video, I'll see you later.